Slim pickings this week, Dave. Slim pickings.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Okay, let's get this week over with, Dave. Another wild west. Another wild west.
I feel like we're playing baseball. We started 5:05 now.
Well, why not? We'll show up a little bit late, you know. Me and Dave, we're eating cake and having ice cream and stuff, so we got to finish that.
I love McDonald's all the time.
Oh, you know. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Late Late Horror Show. I'm Dino. As always, that is Dave Plouffe for Duty and Humanity. I like that you put that in there. You got to see the episode. Anyways. Yeah, another Wild West. I love these titles, Dave. I just love them. The Night of the Red-Eyed Madman. And, I mean, I don't know where they actually come up with these names.
No red eyes.
There was no red eyes. There was a madman, but you know.
Yeah, there was.
Was he really a madman? Because he was, you know, he was a soldier. He was a conqueror. He was, I don't know. Listen, whatever he was. Hey, Thirsty, what's going on? Yeah, good to see you. Okay, so make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button because Dave is just real talkative.
I was gonna say welcome Horror Junkie for Life.
But really? You were gonna say that?
You normally say hi to everyone in the chat, so
yeah. Oh yeah. Let me you quiet up and let me finish. No. Oh, look at Dave too. He's not in his cruise wear. He came straight from the from the college. he's Professor Dave this week in his white shirt. Yeah. New haircut too?
No.
Clean shave, straight razor?
Clean shaved, yes.
Okay. Everybody, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Check out the links in the description where you can find Dave's channel if you like gardening. On the Late Horror Show. You might like, well, I do. I like all kinds of different things. As Dave adjusts his camera on his laptop. Is it shooting right? Perfect angle?
I hope so.
Because we got to make sure you get the perfect angle, you know.
Light going?
Close it. Okay, there you go. That's good. Yeah. Perfect. You look like you've been laying out in the sun, and look at Dave's. You look like you've been in the gym for a few months. I mean, it's
another story we'll talk about off air.
Oh, okay. Okay. Horror. Well, you're looking good, Dave. Yeah, looking at the chat over there. Black Roses, what's going on? Edward Stewart, good to see you. Raj Ram is here. Connie Cleary is here. Horror Junkie for Life, good to see you. Albert Jacobs. I sound like what is that?
Come on down.
Game show host. Albert. I think I said Black Roses. Nathan. Thirsty. What's going on? You changed your name, Thurston. The magician, Thurston. We'll get to it soon. Don't just hold on to your belt there, people, or whatever you got going on. Andrea Black, what's going on? Ezra, good to see you, Ezra. Mr. Ed is here. Good to see you, Mr. Ed. Sweet Indigo has made it. Hey, Sweet, good to see you. With that said, let's move on. Yeah, this is middle of the road episode. I'm going to shut up. Dave is holding his hand up. Yes.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing me? Bye.
Oh, Thursday.
Be seeing you for all the old familiar faces.
P Solo. Thank you.
P Solo, love the work you all put together. Well, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate that. Gigi, how are you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, listen, this aired November 26, 1965. It is the Night of the Red-Eyed Madman, part of our Wild West podcast we do. We've got 11 in the books, and
Yeah, there's
go
only
for it, Dave.
105, so we're 10% through the series already. And we're probably halfway through the black and whites, because then it goes to color in the second year.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never watched the Wild Wild West prior to us doing this, and yeah, I don't know how if is the first season it. I mean, they're still good. Second,
Oh, they're still good, yeah.
okay, so that's all.
I mean, we're going to have Sammy Davis Jr. here in a couple weeks,
Oh, I can't wait.
or a couple episodes, probably a couple months.
Hey,
But we're in this wonderful. I'm just going to jump right in. We're in this wonderful like lobby hotel where we start to cruise around, and there's this guy gets up, Senator Rawls.
Senator Rawls, not Lou Rawls.
Not Lou Rawls, but
No.
this guy is also really cool because he is one of the scientists in the Twilight Zone to serve man. That is where I know him from.
Oh, did you look that up or you just knew it?
No, I looked it up.
I was gonna say I didn't go that far. I didn't IMDb nothing. I watched it. Yeah, I had a long day with my mom today, so you know, it's one of those things.
Days with moms, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and right at the end, I had like an hour to watch the movie. I mean, to watch the episode, and I watched it, and I didn't, you know, all those extra little things you do. I didn't have time, but nevertheless, yes, Lou Rawls is the. I mean, Rawls, Sergeant. Is it Sergeant?
Senator Rawls.
Senator Rawls, yes, and he's talking about his niece and her fiance. But what was with the weird way they were saying fiance? They were saying fiance. Did you notice that?
That would be a Seinfeld reference. Fiance.
Did you notice that though?
No,
every,
I did not. No.
Every time they were saying fiance, Jim said it, the senator said it, he said fiance. It's her fiance. And I'm like, supposed to end with say. But it didn't. I listened. Man, we're getting some feedback, Dave. Make sure your echo thing is turned off there. Woo!
Maybe in 1865. You didn't say fiance. Maybe they added the E later. I don't know.
For some reason, that's what I was thinking. I'm like going, well, are they going like, did they look into that and say fiance is the way to say? Because I was like, I know it's just a word, but I was a little blown away. You like Castle Freak here? He's, you know, I feel sorry for the guy if you ever seen the movie. But anyways, yeah, so he's worried about his niece, Lola.
She was
Solana.
a girl.
Wait, what? Go on, Dave. Lola?
She was a showgirl.
She was a showgirl.
But that was many years ago when they used to have a show.
Yeah, Barry Manilow.
Oh,
Man.
So good.
You can't go see him nowadays. You can, but he's a mannequin.
All right.
Okay. Anyways. So yeah, it's his niece and her fiance that I have to say fiance that they're worried about because go ahead, Dave. I'll let you take it.
Well, it seems that she got dumped. And I don't know about you, but she was the prettiest girl in this whole episode.
Oh yeah.
Although we don't get to see her yet. And what's weird is they're in this lobby of this hotel and they're going, you know, Senator Rawls is going like, yeah, you know, she got dumped by this guy. But what's concerning is that like he's become some military person and he's like in some like quote unquote camp.
Yeah, it was almost like it was like almost a throwback to like World War II with Hitler and so, you know, it seemed like that because they were talking about the right race or the right people.
Oh yeah,
to take over the country, and I'm like going, what is this all about? This is weird. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so he's all, you know, this cause is more important than, you know, being your fiance, you know, and so he like dumps her. And she's like not like too heartbroken, but she's all, you know, I think he's in like one of those like mind bending camps, you know, or something.
Yeah, almost like a cult or something like that.
Brainwashed and stuff.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting is I'll going up and talk to my niece. And he goes, okay. So he goes up to room 406, right? And we see
Oh, it goes up the elevator. Go ahead.
elevator.
Yeah, whatever.
The hokiest elevator I've ever seen. So you see the little dial on the top going to number 4, top floor of the hotel, because they didn't have fifth floors back in the day. You know, it was too tall in 1865.
Yeah.
And he walk and the doors open, right? And the doors like slide like Star Trek. There's no separation. It's just the hall. And it's like the fakest elevator you've ever seen in your life.
It's a it's a TV set, whatever. Yeah.
So Jim's like already fighting these like thugs.
Oh, he pops out of the elevator and immediately he's fighting. Yeah, yeah.
And so he's making his way down the hallway, still going to meet,
He's
local.
jumped by a group of thugs.
At the very end of the fight, this one guy brings out a knife. And we know, like, oh no, Jim's going to get it right there. First, what do you see?
I heard something fall. That was weird. Ghosts are the weird stuff going on here lately. I don't know. Anyways, continue.
It's Cleveland.
This part of the country, yeah, I don't know.
And then we have our opening credits. We don't even get to see if
Jim did you talk about Lola when she?
Yeah, Lola. Yeah, we had the opening credits.
Well, they're fighting. No, after they're fighting and all that.
Yeah, but first we got the credits because the guy's about to stab him.
And the lady Lola peeks out the door and
screams.
Yeah, screams, and they all run away.
They don't run away. They get distracted. Gives Jim the upper hand, and he whoops them.
Dave, no. What did you watch?
I watched this, damn it.
No, I'm debating you on this. No, let me tell you my version.
All right.
They jump him as he gets out of the elevator, and they get him backed up against the wall, and they're both holding his hand because there's 3 people. They're holding him against the wall, and the one guy is about ready to stab him with a knife when Lola pokes out.
Sound like no, they're just holding hands up against the wall.
And Lola comes out the door and screams, and they all fall down and start running to the elevator, and they take off.
Okay, they can't fall down and run.
Well, 2 of them fell down as they were running to the elevator.
Yeah, because Jim beat them.
Well, right.
Karate.
But only because they hit him pinned to the wall.
They did.
Then Lola screamed, giving him a chance to punch, and they ran.
That's what I said.
What is going on with your laptop?
Nothing.
Stop moving it, or is it the microphone? It sounds like there's a bug crawling all over it, or you're taking a Brillo pad to it. You're cleaning it up. Do you guys hear that?
Star. Welcome.
That is so loud, it's killing my ears. Good thing I don't got headphones on. Jeez. Hey, Radstar. Yeah, good to see JLR. Good to see you guys, gals. Okay, Dave. I don't know. I'm in the mood today. I don't know.
You're in the mood every Sunday.
Okay, but then he goes up and he starts talking to Lola. But go on, take it from me.
Lola invites him in.
I'd like to see which episode you watched. So go ahead and start talking about it.
Lola invites him in again. Why isn't the senator coming up? Going here, let me escort you into my gorgeous daughter's bedroom. But no, Jim West. Hey, Bo. Anyway, Jim goes in and he reads this letter. Basically, and he goes, oh, it's from Mars, Nevada, which I thought was kind of cool because, Mars planet. It seems like an Art Bell show, and the government is tapping your computer. You never know. You never.
Well, the thing is, Dave, you can't hear what I'm hearing. Like when you move it, it's like this. It's like this. So oh yeah, it's bad. That's why I was saying, what are you doing? Your microphone, for some reason, every time you're moving the laptop, it's doing it real bad or whatever you do. Yeah, but anyways, it's all right. Just don't move it. Don't move it. Just don't move it. Anywho,
I have the microphone over here, so let me know if I'm not loud enough.
No, you're good. Yeah, coming in loud and clear. Yeah. So is the video. 4K. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, the senator, he's sending Jim up to her room, and you can't do that with Jim because you got to watch your daughter.
Yeah. So he reads the letter, and she's all, "I'm really concerned about him." And the quote is, "He's either mad or he's in the hands of madmen."
The letter said that.
Yes, that's not the letter. It's what Lola ends us with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he reads the letter. He's got a handwritten letter that Talbot sent to Lola.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, and Jim is reading it, and it looks like a love letter, but it's a letter. It's not a good letter, Dave. No, he's like, I'm part of this, and you got to come with me. He wants to recruit her too.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Nope.
So he just ran away from her, is what he did.
Right. For duty and humanity.
For. Oh, that wasn't funny.
No, I'm serious. No, he wants to go with this cult people, and he wants to become seriously. He wants to become this super awesome army officer, but we know that ain't going to happen in about 2 more minutes.
He wants to become part of this giant methologist group.
Sure.
Try not to say the other one.
Yeah.
What other school, like algebraologist or something? Okay, I know. This is starting to be a very weird show.
It is.
It is. So maybe we get on track. I don't know.
Scooby-Doo.
God.
Podcast.
Okay, let's try to be more normal. Although the show's about not being. We're not normal people. At least I'm not. Dave is probably. I'm not very normal, and he tries to do a show with me, but I'm not normal. So I don't know what to say. It's weird watching shows where people write letters when all people do now is type. Well, I mean, not for me, Jade. I get what you're saying, but I watch so many shows where people used to write letters because, I don't watch a lot of new stuff. But anyways, let's get back.
They're totally in the 1970s.
Oh, 100%.
Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda, Sanford and Sons, and
All in the Family. You can go on and on. Okay, but so Sergeant Grimm is recruiting men and women to follow him, to take over that part of the United States, so that the United States after the war will lose a big chunk of land, and the right people will be. Listen, it's all a cult. It's all a cult. Anyways, Dave.
That's right, Horror Junkie for Life. Normal is just a setting on the dryer.
It is. And most of the time it'll get your stuff dried, but some of the time it don't.
Blue jeans or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes it don't. So that's why you got to be abnormal. 80s, 70s was cool, but loses points because of disco. Oh, come on, J.O.B.
I don't know. The cool thing about disco is you can go skating to it.
Right. Roller discos. I mean, listen, I'm open to all types of things in the 70s. There's the folk music, the hippie crowd, the disco stuff. Listen, Saturday Night Fever was such a great movie. If you like Bee Gees, I mean, come on, all that disco's. I mean, it's great. Yeah, I know there's people that don't like disco, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying it's my top choice for music to listen to, but yeah, this is really Western, huh?
It is. It's just jumped into the pool. So
okay, so here we go.
All right, so
then the train arrives.
Yeah, the train arrives, and Artemis is all, "Hey, check it out. Go over to see Mars, Nevada." And he looks out the window, and there ain't nothing. There's just a signpost, and it says Mars 8 miles. It's like, oh.
Yeah, Mars, Nevada. It just right there plopped, and just all desert, in the background. You know what? The train Somebody come up with a name for the train. I'm pissed that they actually didn't name the train.
Huh.
The train needs a name.
Well, I'm sure our wonderful chat will, come up with something.
Yeah, come up with a name for the train. Disco Inferno, Black Roses. You mean Inferno? Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. I think I got it going on. Hey, Tune, what's going on? Good to see you, Nathan.
We can delete this episode if we want, right?
I know we can delete it if we need
Okay.
to.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. I think we're all right though. Weird is okay, but I will stop now and I will let you. Let's get us back on track, Dave.
All right. So the two say goodbye. They don't kiss or anything, but they're all, be safe out there. You too, be safe. And he goes, pull over about 6 miles off of the, up the road. There's a little pull off there. That's where you need to be. And then I'm going to be, on my horse in the quote, Mars Military Academy. I'll send you a message. Like, how is he going to get a message to this guy when he's in a military academy, which is basically a giant fort that you ain't getting out of, at least not alive?
Well, I mean, I think Artemis's, idea was sneak in some way just to pass the message along to him. But like you said, it seems impossible. I think what the funniest part of all of this was when Jim does ride up to the Mars Military Academy, which is a little fort. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And he's on his horse, and it's a beautiful black stallion. Okay. And he's got like however expensive like a suit would be back then. He's got that on. This real and he's all in black like Johnny Cash. And he's riding up to the gates, and these people you would think would be like, who's this guy? And even as he's walking through with the horse, he's so out of place as they're filming it, even because everybody's like all the other horses look like they've been running through mud and are dirty, and yet he's this, like glowing, like perfectly dressed. Anyways, I thought that was
like, what kind of setup is this?
Yeah.
Everyone else is wearing the puffy shirts, which he's going to get later.
How do you trust this guy?
Oh yeah, he's like, he doesn't need to be part of this. Just keep on riding, brother.
Ezra's recording us. Okay. Yeah, feel free, buddy. Keep it forever. Make sure it's on VHS tape, Ezra. That's gotta do it. VHS. Anyways, Dave. He seems so out of place. It was just really, but he came there to the gates to join, is what he did. So Jim at the military academy. Yeah.
And then he gets in a fight going, you're obviously not the number one guy. And the guy is all like, who are you calling not number one? And he's all, hey, friend, we're going to be on the same side. Let's not fight.
And did they even say how is it known that this is the place to come and join up?
I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere.
So you trust everybody who comes to the gate? I want to be part of it,
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah,
this is a big deal because there's at least 100 people who have gone out and are now planted at U.S. military bases throughout the Southwest, waiting for the.
Oh, you mean in this episode? Oh, my heart! You scared me for a second. I was wondering what was going on. Jeez. Okay. Whew. I hope everything's all right.
It is.
Hey, Tomo. Hey, yo, Tomo. What's going on? Good to see you. Not VHS beta. We had Betamax with the remote. Well, listen, VHS won the war. That's all I need to say. J.O.B. VHS won the war. Okay.
This is where we get to meet Jack. Because we see him being lowered into water.
He's being tortured. Yeah.
He's like a witch. He's like, Laura Parker.
Yeah. We finally get to see Martin Landau.
He's got his whole
big black eyebrows.
His big eyebrows, his little military hat. And he's all, who did you write to? And he's all, I only wrote to my wife.
And he's hanging like above the whale. He's hanging above the whale, I said, Dave.
I don't
The
know.
well. The well.
Yes.
He's hanging above a water well, you know, filled up with water, and he's being dunked, you know, being tortured. It's like it's a form of water torture, Dave. Have you heard of it?
Only in medieval times.
Yeah, no, it
And then they
happens.
bring him up. I'm going to ask you one more time. I'm going to put you under for 15 minutes. Pure, sure death.
And each time he's saying, "No, I only told her. I only sent the letter to her. Please." I would have said, "Actually, I sent it. I sent it to this guy named John Jenkins over in the northeast part of the country. You know, put him on a mission. You know, so that he's got a lot more time to figure things out. You know, instead he's going to be dead.
He will be.
Yeah.
So they pull him out of the water finally, and they decide to throw him in the hot box. And so that's going to be Jim's first mission, is to rescue him from the hot box.
And this hot box is not like what you would usually see. It's just like, I mean, it's literally like this container that's very small. Like you would die in one day in there.
Oh yeah.
And they're giving them what, a weekend or something? I don't know.
Whole week.
A whole week. Yeah, a whole week.
Are they going to give you water? Are they going to give you food? Where do you go to the bathroom?
Oh, geez. Yeah. I don't know. Well, you're sweating everything. Again, you'd be dehydrated by morning.
He was
and you'd die. You'd die by.
And he was. I'm like two of him.
Oh,
You could like count the ribs. Like, dude.
Oh, and yeah, he hardly had any hair. That would be gone in the morning. You know, he's hanging there, and he's like, yeah, skin and bones. And they're like, they're gonna put him in a sweat box. And yeah, he's not gonna. Horror Junkie says cassette versus CD. I love cassettes, but CDs were easier because you can skip movies. But I'm a cassette guy. Listen, I'm old.
I'm a cassette guy also because they don't fit. CDs don't fit in a Walkman.
Exactly. Good point, Dave. Hot boxing? What the? Wait, whoa! What's that channel? Tell me that channel. What is that? Is that on paid cable? What? Remember back in the day? Oh, I think we got Playboy channel. We actually did that back in the day. They got cable for like a short period of time. Oh my God, what year was that? When did that come out? 85 or? Okay, well, I think 85 is when they tried getting it. And there was a way where you could get between the channels and get like a fuzzy Playboy channel, even though you didn't subscribe. It was really weird. I don't know, because me and my uncle, two uncles, we hung out all the time.
His uncle's the same age.
I was going to say that. It's not some weird. My uncle is exactly the same age, and then I have another uncle that was 2 years older. So yeah, we're all the same. We were all the same, but we would sit at night and we would just. Those were fun times. But yeah, we would try.
And
Anyway,
if you want to go back to more fun times, search in the Late Late Horror Show because we did an 80s program.
we did a couple, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Well, we did one general pop 80s
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some music and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so where are we at? Talbot's in the hot box. Yeah. When Jim comes in, he's talking about being Talbot's friend.
Yeah.
He says
bad move.
Bad move, real bad move. The days of semi-scrambled porno. I talked about this long ago too, where when we were really little and you just had the antenna on the back TV, where we would get the Akron show. It was farther away, but it was so snowy. It wasn't, but it was that midget cowboy movie. You can say that, right? The little people cowboy movie. And it was so snowy you could barely but we were having a kick watching it. Even I guess you couldn't do that by yourself, but when me and my brothers were together, we were like having fun with it. But Skinamax, that was, I don't know. By the time I got the Skinamax, that was boring. I don't know. What was it? What was the one that they would have on Cinemax all the time? The girl who would travel from, what was that called? It was popular. I'm pissed. Come on, you guys who brung that up. What was Cinemax had a popular show where it was like a girl, she would just travel like around, but it was called something. I know. Yeah, that's it. The Terror of Tiny Town. Dave's getting mad. We are nowhere on this Wild Wild West episode, man. I just keep jumping off the boat. Okay, I'm swim back, Dave. Okay, Wild Wild West. You know, if you're going to come to see an episode, you're going to get a lot more than just what we're talking about. Unless we're talking Kolchak, then it's going to be completely Kolchak.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that.
I know, right? Now programming is 24. Yeah. Emmanuel. Thank you, Black Roses. Yeah, there were like, that was the name of the movies that they would bring out on like Emmanuel in Costa Rica or Emmanuel in Hawaii or Emmanuel takes a trip. It was always something Emmanuel, and it was the same girl all the time. And yeah, there was always silk blowing in the wind. And there was a beach in the background. Silk curtains, you know.
There are people on bicycles too.
There were not. The Prisoner. Okay, anyways.
No, I just meant people riding on bicycles for dates and stuff like
that. There could have been. Yeah, I don't know.
Picnics out in the parks and stuff.
I worried about when she took her shower and stuff like that. And it was a prolonged, like 15-minute shower. I mean, this is what Emmanuel was all about. Okay. So Jim, after that, is in the barracks with all the other guys.
You know, but before that, he's got to go to the main place to be accepted by Sergeant Musk, right? Talk about a name for a female sergeant, right? It's like Musk, very manly, you know, type of thing. And she's all, I'm a woman, you know, but I, you know, am just as important as you are and everything.
We are equal here. You call me Sergeant. Oh, she was very dominant, Dave.
She was, but she was quite attractive as well. And then,
iffy.
You know, here's your outfit. Go to the barracks. And hey, Bo.
Yeah. What's Bo doing over there?
Horror Junkie for Life did want to see her, so let me go get her.
Yeah, Horror Junkie for fun fact, I appeared on an HBO show years ago. Well, you can't just throw that out there, Horror Junkie, and not tell us what it is. What was it? We need to know now. Yeah. Come on, Horror Junkie. You gotta tell me. I want to know. Okay.
Probably the most regular thing in this whole episode is us holding Bo.
Bo is hopped up. I think you had some of the catnip out in the garden. Yeah, I never seen Bo that, like, maybe because of the white shirt, Dave. Maybe she was like,
doesn't recognize me.
Yeah, she's like, well, who is this? Where's my owner? Where's my flower bed shirt?
Or catnip.
Or the catnip. She could, yes. Bo sighting. Hello. Well, okay. Tell me what it was. I won't prolong and keep going on, but Horror Junkie, you got to tell us what you were on. What were you on? Okay. So yeah, he's in the barracks. Jim is in the barracks.
Oh, before that, a really cool scene is she goes, and these are the people who didn't make the cut. And she opens the window and there's a graveyard out behind the fort. Oh, that was cool. But it was like, you know, totally 1960s, you know, tombstones with the crosses, the wood crosses and things like that. So.
Oh yeah, so good. Dave is holding his cat and it made me think of movie Cat's Eye. Okay. Bo is having some kitty wanna. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, so they're all in the barracks. They're being tough guys. They're all in black. Like, what would you call the kind of uniform that they were wearing?
I call them, quote, puffy shirts crossed with Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, yeah. It was almost like a Soviet type outfit.
The hat was so Soviet because it was
Yeah.
like all wool and fur, and then the shirts were like black and like kind of loose and relaxing. Like if they were a different color, I'd probably get one. But it's just like you're gonna hang out. It's just like, yo, what's up? And they look very comfy.
Oh, I like the black shirt. Yeah. Rest in peace socks. Oh, Edward Stewart. What'd you bring that up? Just the cats. Yeah. Me and my daughter was talking about socks the other day. Miss socks, man. Unbelievable. Anyways, okay. So they're all acting tough. One guy comes up to the other guy and like tries to choke him. I guess it's to get you prepared for war, And then what's her name comes in, Sergeant Musk.
Yes.
And says wait, what does she say? about face.
Oh, face. Turn away from me.
No, she says something, and they
Maybe attention.
What is wrong with me?
This is our new recruit, Mr. Jim West.
Yeah, I have his friend is Talbot.
Jack Talbot. He's my buddy.
Wait a second. What?
Has anyone seen him?
Yeah, right. He starts interrogating. I mean, right away, he threw so many clues out there that it's not.
Yeah.
This guy's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Do you know they have catnip wine? She might have gotten it. What show were you on? Anyways, let's just celebrate that Horror Junkie was in a movie on HBO.
All right.
Yay, Horror Junkie. That's awesome. So yeah, he's saying, yeah, he's my friend. And we used to get ice cream together when we were younger, he said. That was weird. This was a weird episode.
But then it was good.
But the guy next to him says, that guy's a deserter. He's a traitor. Who are you? And then they start fighting him. And man, he just demolishes them all. Beats them all with club.
Takes the pillow. Boom.
Can you imagine if we really actually did a show drunk, Dave? Listen, I'm not. I don't drink.
Right.
Nothing. I don't think Dave's drinking anything alcoholic there. Okay, so I had to ask. Can you imagine? We're doing this like we're drunk, man, but we're not.
No, this is what you get.
Oh man. Okay, but he beats the hell out of these three people.
If we do this drunk, we'd forget to go live.
Yeah, that's true. I'll eat some rum cake. Will that get me drunk? Oh, it won't. Well,
it just tastes bad
because it's cooked. Yeah. Did I tell you I found red velvet coconut bars? Oh my god.
Are they good?
Oh, so good. Do you know what coconut bars are?
Yeah.
It's like like a cake. They like almost like dip it in chocolate and then roll it in coconut. So there's white cake, there's chocolate cake, and that's all I've grown up on. But there's a bakery up the street that has red velvet chocolate. And I gotta watch and not go up there too often because
Well, I'll tell you.
Feet.
Dino, not Dave.
Tom says, Dino, not Dave, not even water. You must be thirsty. Oh, Tom, come on. Let's not be a smart aleck. Of course I drink water and ginger ale and Yoo-hoo and Ovaltine. And good to see Edward. I'm glad you showed up, bud. I hope everything's good.
Well, I will tell you right now, I'm on 80 hours of no soda.
80 hours of no soda. Good for you. You got to be done with that, Dave.
Oh, totally.
It's bad for you.
Way bad.
Ted had to get off of that. Yeah, yeah. And he don't.
But I shoot with this hand.
I shoot with this hand. Anyways. Yeah, Ted had to stop soda because he it was bad for you and he was having issues and I mean, he would drink a 2-liter, man.
Oh, totally. In your show on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Bring in that large
cup.
McDonald's and just
he rarely drinks any a pop at all. Maybe he'll have one with a pizza when he goes out once a month. That's it. I'm like going, wow, that's saying a lot. Yeah, we're hardcore here, man. we're hardcore, man. I'll tell you that much. But rum cake is good as long as the rum is top shelf. Kind of clearing with the rum. Oh man. So what happens, Dave? He beats the hell out of these three guys, and he proves, oh my god, this guy's a badass. You know, Jim. I mean, yeah, Jim is a badass, and doesn't Sergeant Grimm come in? And what names are these? Musk, Grimm.
Grimm's in a little bit. Musk is there going, impressive. And then she goes, okay, we're going to go to the mess tent. We're going to have dinner. We're going to have, 15 minutes of free time and then curfew. And if you're outside the barracks after curfew, you're shot.
Yes. Yeah. And then aren't we thrown to a glimpse of Sergeant Grimm?
Then we go to Sergeant Grimm.
In an office?
General Grimm.
General Grimm?
Yeah, Sergeant Musk, General Grimm.
General Grimm. Okay, these are stupid names. I'm telling you. I mean,
there's only like 5 people in the show, and we can't even get them straight.
Yeah, I got it. General Grimm. Well, it doesn't really matter.
You go into Grimm's office, and then they do this weird, greeting that you don't.
Hey, watch, dude.
I know.
Yeah, no, they're all saluting all this, but around at the chalkboard, was it a chalkboard?
Yes.
Was it a chalkboard?
There's like the chalkboard. There was a map on the wall, and then there's this one guy who, like, for 10 minutes, his back, he's just standing there, staring at the map.
It's the same guy who jumped Jim at the coming up the elevator.
Yeah,
and he's got these squinty eyes. He's a big, round, roly-poly guy.
Yeah, his name's even roly-poly.
What's his name?
Otto.
Yeah, Otto. I can't think of anything to rhyme with that. I was trying. Otto, round. But he turns around and he's got these squinty eyes. Really stupid and weird. I mean, can you imagine me being a producer saying, okay, take scene, roll, and this guy turns around like that? He'd have to do that 15 more. We'd have to get the right shot. Look at Dave. He's hollering out the window at the kids, I think. He's becoming that guy. Get off my lawn. Shut up over there. You kids, I'm going to take your ball. You keep playing in the streets.
It's like they've been on vacation a week and they come back and it's like, hello.
Are you hollering at them, Dave? What? Are you hollering at them?
I'm hollering out there. Shut up.
Are you hollering at the neighbors?
Yes.
This is the coolest show ever today. We got Dave hollering out the window at the kids next door. Shut up. What are you threatening him with? We can't hear what he's saying because he's muting himself. But
yeah, it's like, I'm recording over here.
Damn kids. I cannot believe that's going. That is the funniest thing in a while, Dave. I thought you were hollering at Bo.
No.
Yeah, it's a kid.
Bo's over here.
This is no time to be swimming. What the hell you kids doing? What the hell?
You think it's summer or something?
Oh my God. Oh, you're killing me. Okay. Oh my God, I'm lost.
My students better be careful tomorrow. That's all I got to say.
Wait till Dave's door is going to be egged.
Yeah, so I'm worried about Bo being egged too. But no, seriously. Back to the show. They're doing like some exercises, some military exercises, throwing people over the shoulder and learning how to use the bayonet on a gun and stuff like that. And you look over to the other side and there's the women training. And he's all like, yeah, those are the women. They're equal to us right now. I'm like, oh my God.
Like he was crying about it. Like, they're equal to us right now. What the hell? We're men. No, hey, Horror Junkie for life. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Pear holding his belly, laughing out loud. Oh, that is too much. Thank you, Horror Junkie. Appreciate it. Really do. Did we miss going back to the train though, where we find Captain
We're
Sandy?
right there. We
Okay.
have a really quick interaction with Artemis and the cavalry officer, who's actually a really famous actor. You'll see him in everything. He's got almost 200 credits to his name. But he pops in just so that they can show like the swivel gun, that's really, real guns. It's not just models or whatever.
Yeah,
And
it's set up for later on.
yeah, and he's still going, we're ready. We've got troops right behind you. You just give the word. He goes, well, I got to get word from Jim first. I'm just here reading a book, and, it's just like, hey, man, should at least, take your horse out to the fort, peek over the fence and see what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't. Well, who knows? But yeah, no, that was just a little scene, and then we're back at the academy, the Mars Military Academy.
Is it, or is it the Haunted Mansion? Because we're now in the Haunted Mansion elevator.
Yibo Timbus.
It's about time.
Yeah, it's about time. Submit, obey. Yeah, good to see you.
If you've ever been on the Haunted Mansion ride and you walk into the elevator and the ride, the room actually expands. That's the room that you're in. You're in basically this pit. There's no windows and no doors. And then you have this like.
Oh, wait, are we in the. Is that where we're at now? We're in the arena?
We're in the arena.
Yeah, this is closed room arena.
And then all the viewing is up on the second floor and they're all looking down. And
it's almost as cool as the room in a previous episode where there was the hole in the middle of the room.
Oh, that was stupid.
That was.
I hated that. We're going to fight, and then whoever loses falls down onto the
party going on downstairs.
Below. And like no one from the ballroom is going, why is there a hole in the ceiling?
Right. Yeah. Because there's a party going on downstairs, and in the hole in the room, that's where all the stuff is going on. They're fighting to the death. But no, this was like a round wooden, almost looked like if you put a couple seats in there, it could be a sauna.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, but this is where they're going to fight at to the death. Maybe.
Well, we're going to fight later, though.
The diameter would be approximately maybe 10 feet.
Yeah, well, 10, 12? Maybe a little bit wider. Yeah. I wrote down we have shirtless Jim.
Yes, we get the shirtless Jim.
Comes in. General Grimm is giving a speech about, what's going to be happening. And then he's all, we have to prove how good you are, Jim, to be one of us. And so all of a sudden, General Grimm is gone, and there's a net that gets thrown over Jim, like he's a fish, right? And so enter this guy with who thinks he's Captain Nemo because he's got a trident.
Yes.
Fake plastic trident that looks like they got it from Toys R Us earlier that day. They're all, oh, damn, we don't have a trident. Can you run down the street and go to Toys R Us and get one? That's what he's fighting with. So Jim karate chops, knocks the trident down. In comes this other guy with a sword, knocks the sword down. Then they do kung fu, like that. And
it always trips me out when Jim is doing his kung fu stuff and he jumps up and does this two-legged kick against a wall.
Yes.
And it tripped me out. And I'm like going, I mean, nowadays it's a slow move. You're going to get killed doing something like that, but anyways, Dave, sorry.
So anyway, he ends up winning. So he is then at this point, quote unquote, accepted.
You are now accepted, Private
fraternity.
Private West has been accepted to Animal House. It's the greatest feat ever. Yeah. So he's part of the team now. He's fooling them all, Dave. Dave with the kung fu hands. Yeah, those are.
That's right.
Mr. Furley.
Yeah.
These are registered as lethal weapons. Oh man,
Yeah.
Mr. Friendly.
So then later that night, he's talking to Grim. He's, oh yeah, you had some good moves in there today, brother. We're gonna be, striking pretty soon. You're gonna be with us. Don't worry. So
Well,
then,
and there's congregation outside too, though, isn't there? During this period where everybody's kind of just walking around doing their
well, they're headed
thing.
into the canteen.
Yes, they're all going to meet up at the canteen. Is what they're going to
Yeah.
do.
And
And this, I love when he just grabs what's her name and just pulls her in.
to
Carl
kiss.
Douglas. Yeah, Sergeant Musk,
Yeah.
the female. Uh, Jim is going to be recognized by the guy who recognizes him. You get it? So he turns around and he pulls her right in, and she fights him at first like this, and then she accepts it, and then she just goes in deep for the kiss, and they're being safe, I do believe, but Trident.
Tomo says Trident is coming. Like, you're right, Jim. Tomo.
Trident is gone, yes.
Yeah.
Trident and Dave's upper drawer, yes.
Hello,
Harry,
son.
son, do you remember Elvis Bodyguard Red West? He was always in the fight scene when Jim took on groups of bad guys. Really? Elvis Bodyguard Red West.
I didn't know that.
Well, welcome to the stream. And yeah, that's some good information if true. I trust you. I believe you. So, but welcome to the channel where we're silly and silly, but we talk about some good stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have a good old time. It's Sunday Fun Day, Dave.
It is.
Yeah.
So at this point, we also meet the other female, Jenny. Jenny is going to help Art by telling Artemis, "Hey, Jim West is in trouble. He's going to need your help."
Has the family next door to you, Dave, ever brung the children to your door crying, saying, you really kind of hurt our children's feelings?
No, only when the sports balls come over, and
Dave, please videotape all of the balls that you've kept. You probably, Dave takes a blade to it. Yeah. Bring over the next ball. Here we go.
That's it. It's just like
we both got our. Hey, I got an old. This is about 40-year-old dagger. It's an Egyptian dagger.
Oh,
yeah.
Just in case you run into any Egyptians, or
well,
that's very beautiful.
Sacrifice. Okay, go on. Okay, there we go. I don't know where we're going actually.
Well, we met Jenny, and she said, you got to help, your buddy if you're really a friend of this guy, and he's in that box out there. And he basically goes, all right, I'm going to go help him. And so he runs out there, opens it up, and the guy's like, same type of water torture thing tied to a hook on the top of the box. And
and this guy's dedicated, man, because
totally dedicated. Like,
Jim releases him and starts to tell him everything, and
traitor.
Yeah, he's like, yes, maybe he was, maybe General Grimm was right. Yeah, maybe somebody else did get the letter. And spy, traitor, spy. And next thing you know is everybody's coming up. I thought if I was Jim and I thought he was going to do this, I thought he was going to close it back down. This guy's dead anyways. I'm locking it back up. Oh, he's screaming out of that box. I don't know what's going on.
Shut up. Punched him. Closed the box. Nothing to see here, folks.
But he evidently dies, and Jim is able to cover himself by saying, I heard something. I opened it up, and he's just hollering spy and traitor. He's dead, So, yeah, he lucked out. I would love to see Dave yelling at the No, man. God forbid they ever go in his garden. Jeez. There's no, the train where, smoke coming out of Dave's ears, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And you would go, that's a Betty Davis rose bush. How dare you, kids? Listen, I don't know. Is there a Betty Davis? There's something. What's the rose bush named after a celebrity? Betty Davis.
there's Judy Garland, there's Cary Grant, Betty
I thought
Davis,
so.
Jimmy Stewart,
Yeah.
Pope Julius. Good God. Pope John II has a great rose.
You got a rose named after me, see? Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that on one of your videos. You named it, I think, the Katharine Hepburn. And that was a while ago, though. It might have been last year. Dave Unleashed, if that happens. Yeah. No, don't go in the garden. But
Totally new side of Dave that you'll never see.
one of these days. How old are these kids?
One time I was at work years ago. This is back in the 90s. And I had this boss that was really cool. And you saw we worked right next to like a Coco's. And so he would go, hey, go over there and get me some coffee. And I'm like, well, you get your own effing coffee. And we just started cussing right in the parking lot. One of the sales reps is there. He's all, man, you put a new edge on this kid. Oh,
Unbelievable. Anyways, okay, so moving on, Dave.
yes.
What do we got, Jim?
We're actually back at the train. Jenny is on one of those reconnaissance missions with one of the true evildoers of the military academy.
Yeah, George and Jenny.
Yeah,
George and Jenny.
And so she's dressed up as a fake person, like, I'm really like a cavalry officer's wife, not really a military person.
Yeah.
And they show up to the train, and she kind of tries to
get. Oh lordy, it's so hot out here in the West.
The wink and the use of the name
Southern
West.
Belle.
And then we get to see the one cavalry guy going, oh, this is a trap, and he pulls out his gun, and then Artemis, like with his foot, swivels the other gun, says, look, brother, you're gonna be eating lead here, see? Rocco's got two guns.
Yeah, Rocky's got you, right? Two pistols pointed at you, yeah, see? No, he's made this contraption where the pistol. What made him make it? I have no idea. That's the first time he figured he needs two guns that can swivel around in the middle of the train.
Yeah. When one would work.
True. Yeah. Why two? I don't. In case the guy runs, the second one. I don't know. But yeah, no, he tells him, yeah, no, they're pointing at C. I guess the guy couldn't shoot quicker than he could use his foot. What's faster, the hand or the foot? The hand. Did one of the kids crawl into the? They're crawling in. They're crawling in to get Dave.
Crawling in, wounded.
They shoot a paint gun through the window at Dave.
Oh my God.
That would be one of the. I mean, that would be awful.
Oh, Dave. That would be great. Don't go in the garden.
Absolutely,
Horror movie.
For which one? Yeah, neighbor dogs going to Dave's garden like the neighbor dogs in the movie Christmas Story running through. Oh man. Okay. You guys can also understand that this episode wasn't the most exciting, but it was still good. Okay, so the guy recognizes Jim. He said he's a dead dude. That's the guy. He's a Secret Service.
Yes.
After the box thing.
Yes.
And but they still end up. We're at George and Jenny. Okay, go ahead, Dave. Two pistols come out.
And we're done with George and Jenny. So yeah, basically Artemis ties up the cavalry guy, gives Jenny the gun, says, "Watch him. I'm going to send."
Oh, Jenny's got a gun.
Jenny's got a
gun.
So he's going to send someone to come and arrest him, and he's going to go and dress up as, quote, Colonel Clink or Colonel Cross. And
hold it. Top of the hour.
Top of the hour it is.
I think that's a good place to hold it, Dave. I'm doing Art Bell. We can get him on the other side of the hour. That's a good spot to stop. Oh, let me check out how many thumbs up we got. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And me and Dave, as always. Thumbs up, we have probably not that many. 49. 49 thumbs up. Let's get some more thumbs up. If you haven't hit that already, please do.
How many viewers do we have?
Thank you, please. 90 people watching and 49 thumbs up.
Nice. And hello,
So
Steer Pike. Welcome. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Steer Pike, cheerio, Maderio. What is going on, Steer Pike?
So you're just in time to hear what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks? Because next time we meet, it's going to be August, dude.
Oh, we got a good, what, 6 weeks coming up here?
Like 8 weeks, and then we got October. So
it's gonna be a good 3 months.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
So what do we got? Quit yapping.
Dude, you got to keep them wanting more.
Exactly.
Scooby-Doo.
Zoinks! The podcast.
Episodes 9 and 10. We've got then Kolchak the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker, 1972.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the original film.
Me and Dave have never talked about the original Kolchak. So, yes, it's going to be awesome.
Then we flip over to Night Gallery, Season 2, Episode 7.
You can never go wrong with Night Gallery. Night Gallery is awesome.
Nor can we go wrong with the X-Files the week after.
What episode is that?
Devil.
The Jersey Devil. Going to be a good one.
We have Circle of Fear after that.
Yes.
A Robert Culp Columbo after that.
Yeah.
And finally, an Art Bell Ghost to Ghost. And that puts us well into September.
Yes. Cannot wait. We got some good stuff coming up. Yeah, can't wait for next. I can't wait for all of them, but specifically Night Gallery, man. I've been loving watching those, man. Steer Pike, somebody was in the chat trying to figure out what year, like what age you became this year. I think I remember it being 97. So the people were asking, they're going, how old was he again this year? It's 97, I do believe, right? Anyways, let's so yeah, please hit that thumbs up button, please, everybody, and thank you. And Dave, let's get back to the show. I guess we're never going to do what's in the drawer again.
Maybe we will in a future episode.
Okay, yeah. That means no. So
Chris W, when she comes here, we'll do it when Chris W is here.
Okay. So Artemis, now where Artemis comes, they're all at the canteen, and Artemis comes in.
Lame song.
What's that?
The song when you first pan into the canteen, they're singing like a schoolboy song.
Yeah, what is that again? Now that
I don't know, like 99 bottles of beer on the wall. It was just a lame song.
Yeah, if you heard it, you would be like, "Oh my God, it's something kids would sing in a school." It was, yeah. So I'm like, "What is with this song?" I felt the same way. I'm like, going, "This is kind of nutty." Yes, 97. Yeah, I remembered. I told everybody. I said he's 97. He's 97. So I was 99.999% sure. Anyways, yes, he comes in as what? Colonel Cross.
Yes.
And he's got the
German guy.
Yes. He's doing some kind of, yeah, I guess supposedly he was disbanded from his army, just got obliterated, and he needs another place to go.
He does. He wants to join them. They've got, the same causes. So he's all, okay, in order to prove your willingness, I'm going to have you go over to the wall and take the axe and hold the axe in front of your face. And Jim, here's a gun. You're going to shoot Artemis right in the face. And if you do it just right, the bullets are going to split. The bullet is going to split. And Artemis will be fine.
That was odd. That was weird. Yeah.
So sure enough, they do that. Jim walks off 5 paces, turns, fires, and you see the 2 bullet holes appear in the back of the set. And it's like, oh boy.
Yeah. And then of course, okay, good. And they allow him to have a gun though too, which was weird. But a woman came up to him and just grabbed him and started kissing him, saying, "I've never kissed a colonel before." And she was all excited, Dave.
She was.
And he said he pushed her away.
Yeah, get away from me, young lass.
Well, because him and Jim had to talk, but I would say, Jim, give me a half hour. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
let's talk later.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. We're
It's a
part of
party. Yeah, party going on. But yeah, I don't know about Artemis Dave sometimes, but
I don't either.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
they walk over to the table and they share a beer, just like old buddies.
Oh yeah. And they're doing this old gig. Hey, what do you got going on there, Jim?
Totally.
You got yeah. What
Yeah,
are the plans?
Ask her. You're not gonna go ask her.
What are the plans, Jim? We need to know. Yeah, Artemis. I think we're going to be doing this really. Yeah, no, it was one of that where they're trying to get a plan together and they want to escape, and these two just met. Everything went on, and they sneak out the door.
They do. Hazel, follow me after a minute. And Jim leaves, and then like 2 seconds later, Artemis leaves, and they go over to General Grimm's office. And they're in the dark, right? You just have the light coming in from the window, and they're going through his desk and they're reading things. Here's the battle plans. We've got them right here. And then the lights turn on, and General Grimm's there. He's got a gun. He goes, I got you guys. Don't move. And then Jim does something, and Artemis flies out the window like he's Superman.
Oh yeah, no, he pushes him out the window real quick as he knocks something off the table or whatever. And yeah, Artemis, I guess later on he says he ran miles and miles and miles, and he's hurting and sore, and it's hard to move. I thought that was kind of funny. Tough on Jenny, later on then if he can't move and stuff. But I don't know. We'll talk about the ending after, but in a little bit. But
The ending was pretty bad. But
yeah.
Anyway, they've got Jim, and they're going to go, you will be killed by firing squad
At dawn.
At dawn, yes. And so the next morning, there's like, the big fort scene. They've got a 4x4, in the middle of the road, and they're going to tie him up to that. And Sergeant Musk is there, and he's all, can I have one last request? It depends what it is, and if it's quick. He goes, I want to smoke. And he goes, I'll get the pouch.
The pouch. There's a tobacco pouch that Artemis gave him earlier on in the beginning of the episode. And evidently he's going to be able to pull out a wick, and it's dynamite and stuff. But he makes a cigarette, a pretty good round. So he's pretty good at that, you know. But what I pretty good at that. Pretty good at that.
So he also lights the pouch of tobacco on fire, throws it, it explodes. We look, Jim's gone. Miraculous. Somehow he's jumped on top of a nearby building.
Yes. All of a sudden he's on top of one of the buildings. It's cracked. That cracked me up. That was kind of funny. Yes, please hit that thumbs up button. Please and thank you. Yes. Appreciate the likes. But yeah, no, he jumps up on there. They're all looking for him, and they're running all around in and out of the buildings and stuff like that. And yeah, he's jumping from building to building on top of it. You don't hear him on the roof. Well insulated, Dave, roofs that they have.
Roofs. He is, and he grabs the horse that he brought, and he tries to run out the gates, but they got the gates closed. So he,
like a circus performer, he jumps to the side of it, and he's like hanging. Yeah, I loved it.
Not going to shoot the horse.
But he runs directly into the arena.
Yes, the test arena.
Why would he run directly into there?
Because he's dumb.
Jim.
Dumb.
Come on.
And he runs. He's back in the arena, right? And he looks up, and everyone's there with their gun. It's kind of like Taps or whatever that movie was. And it's just like, oh no, I made a wrong turn, right?
Yeah.
And so then General Grimm comes in. How's it going? You're trapped. You're going to die. He goes, you're going to be assassinated here. Not a problem.
Yes. Yes. This is true, Dave. Yes, yes.
So, then he starts like, taunting General Grimm. I know your plans. No, you don't. He goes, yeah, you're going to attack at daybreak. Where did you hear that?
I
And
do like that back and forth when they're in that arena there, and everybody's looking down at General Grimm and Jim's like confrontation there, like who's the big guy here, who's going to win, what's going on, because yeah, Jim's telling Grimm that he knows the whole plans, and he's telling him, and he's like looking up at the people like, until finally he goes, we're gonna just fight, then we'll see who's the leader,
and it was very reminiscent, as you had mentioned, of that one episode where they're fighting up above the ballroom,
yeah,
and they're just someone's going to fall through the hole, And so
exactly.
Jim, of course, gets ready, gets going karate chopping, and General Grimm pulls out like this little sword, this like foot long little dagger thing, and
Yeah.
they start fighting. And then Jim kicks the sword out of this guy's hand. The trident. Someone had the trident still.
Oh, when he threw the trident down this time, you could tell it was like, what's that light wood that is super light that,
Oh
for
yeah, totally.
it just was, oh my God,
It's
come
one
on.
step above plastic. It was like
Yeah.
a Halloween prop. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but yeah, he's fighting with everything, but
And then, so
hey,
they're
Harry.
fighting. The trident breaks. They throw it away. Someone throws him a spear. Now he's got his spear. Spear gets broken or tossed
Well,
aside.
no. Well, he's got the spear and he's got Jim, against the wall, and then they start coming back from the wall,
You're right.
and all of a sudden behind,
Well, someone sticks a sword through a couple of the panels of the
yeah.
sauna, and the General Grimm is pushing Jim toward the sword. He's going to impale him.
Well, it was behind General Grimm though, and I
Well, it's
thought he
because
was
they
going to turn
turn.
him around. Yeah,
Yeah, it's they swing him around, and Jim just backs him up into the sword.
yeah, yeah.
And then, how do you like the death scene?
Well, I mean, I think the death scene was just, I mean, it was kind of lame.
It was grade school death scene. It's like when
Yeah.
you're playing on the field when you're a kid. It's like, oh, pretend you're dead. That's what it is.
Oh yeah,
Smart Landau.
yeah. It
Dude,
was
get some better acting.
exactly. Hey Scott, what's going on? Yeah, no, it wasn't a very good kill ending, whatever. But I do like how after he kills him, oh god, there.
No, you're going right there.
Yeah, I do like after he kills him, he looks up at all the other soldiers who they got guns and stuff like that, but
Shoot him.
well, no, they're like, well, our leader's gone. Let's go home. I mean, that's kind of what they did.
Well, that's what they did, but it's like I would have been all like, "You killed my boss. Boom, you're dead too." But
I know.
no, it's like, oh, guess we're off. Guess we're off for the rest of the day. Let's go get some food.
It's like, okay, it's over. Our leader's gone, or they're thinking, okay, Jim's our leader now, but they know he's a traitor. He's a secret. Yeah, so it had to be they just gave up.
Yeah,
No leader no more. I guess they weren't ready for the female Sergeant Musk to take the lead.
I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They want. Yeah, I'm not going there.
Don't go there.
They were a lot of kissing still going on. Jim's still,
Yeah, but not really. So what happens then? We're back to the train,
we are.
and Jim and Artemis are there, and they're getting dressed up in their finest, and they head out, and there is Sergeant Musk and Jenny. So
They're
there's
both on the train, both of the women.
both looking good.
Artemis and Jim are getting ready for an evening.
Yeah, they're gonna have a great makeout session at least.
Yeah.
Before the train, pulls away and end credits run. But then it's like, no.
I think they throw red lace over the or red silk over the little lamps they got going there.
Okay. So
Gas lamps. Charcoal lamps. Candles. It's not electric, that's for sure. Dave's froze up. Oh, he's just thinking.
No, I'm just disgusted.
Oh, at the whole last scene. Yeah, I get it.
Well, all right. So
Or me, whatever.
then, the two girls start going, here's some earrings. Here's some rouge. Here's a dress for you. And she's like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to try it on. And the
Well,
guy,
because they said they were going. Where were they going? They were
I don't
just
know
going.
where they were going. I didn't care, and it was just like,
She said, "Look how I look. I don't care." She didn't care how she looked before.
oh, she still looked good.
Well,
You got her on a train. Where's she going to go? Out the window?
I think I'm not gonna get into makeup and stuff, but yeah, I don't like makeup on women.
Not that much.
Yeah, I mean maybe a little bit, but women, if you just keep your face natural, it's beautiful that way. You like bright red lipstick and coloring up your. I mean that's for clowns.
And Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yeah,
Yes.
fake lipstick and
Yeah, like we talked about yesterday. Yeah,
less.
draw on the lips. Yeah. No, natural beauty is the way to go. Who am I? Well, how's this? We're ending weird too. What's going on?
I don't know. And then the guys, obviously they know, like, we're not going to be making out with anyone. Let's go back into the dressing room, which was odd because I don't go into a dressing room with a guy. But anyway, then they go.
Bar was back there.
And their end of quote was on feminine equality. Artemis goes, "It's ridiculous." He goes, that Graham, he was insane. In credits, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
It was a little weird, and
Oh,
I know it was a different time. I mean, but yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have feminism maybe in about another 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
But this was like mid 1960s. What 65 is when you said
Yep,
this appeared?
65. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So funny. Yeah, natural beauty don't have to look like you're going to Studio 54. No, exactly, Edward. It's just too much. I don't know. It's just me. That style of makeup looked great in the 40s. It looked great in the 40s, Steerpike, when if you're talking about film, which was black and white, of course. Are you talking about in real life? The makeup looked good in the 40s? I mean, I don't think nothing's changed. Natural beauty, even back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Listen, there was some Fay Ray. I wouldn't. Don't put no makeup on that. No. Anyways, yeah, Dave. So, what did you think of the episode? It was.
Well, I thought it was odd because IMDb had it at like a 7.6.
Really that high?
And I'm like, it's not that good. I mean, it's nice to watch on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But no one's going to win an Emmy,
No.
So I'm just looking at, a 6.5.
Yeah, I say I'm right there too. It just wasn't as riveting or exciting as the past episodes.
Right. It was not deep by any means.
No.
I mean, obviously, we didn't have a whole lot to talk about in this episode.
No,
it was kind of like Kolchak's Mr. Ring. We could talk about it in a minute, but
yeah.
Anyway.
No, it was all right. But anyways, next week we got what?
Scooby-Doo,
yeah, Zoinks the podcast. Okay. Can't wait. It seems like Scooby-Doo has been a long time coming.
I don't think we've done a Scooby-Doo in about 2 months.
Yeah.
We got so much other stuff we're doing.
I know. And it's sad we can't throw other things in there because there are some really cool other things that we will be throwing in search of in October.
Yes.
Which one did we say?
We're just going to do, I think, a general in search of episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's coming. So October is going to be fun. I even plan on doing some funny stuff. Steerpike says, no, I'm talking about my wife. Her makeup didn't hide her features. It enhanced it. Attitudes toward beauty change over time. Gotcha. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, especially when only the the high society was had that make. At least I think during that period of time, it was seen as extravagant. Something you would and the ordinary average person wouldn't be walking around with makeup on in the 30s, 40s. There too much other stuff going on. Anyways, everything good outside, Dave? In search of really cool. Pick an episode you think would be a fun one to watch. Bigfoot, coral castle.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I think on the first one we'll just cover generally the series. We'll talk about Bigfoot. We'll talk about Loch Ness Monster. There's a great King Tut episode, ghosts and UFOs, tsunamis. There's so many episodes. I think there's like 160 of them. There's a tremendous amount of in search ofs.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh, Submit Obey says, yeah, Netflix and YouTube haven't been producing new Scooby Doo.
Yeah, and we
I
don't.
don't. Yeah, I don't think I could watch any new Scooby Doo. I just
Even the
can't.
voices bother me.
This is Casey Kasem.
Yeah, knowing that they're just slightly different.
Yeah, I mean, you can get people that can get close to it, but
No, but now with
the
AI,
animation's different. What's
now
that?
with AI, you can maybe create a great Scooby Doo episode again.
That's true. If you would go with the same setup and the same way they made the art back in the day, because again, if you get really nice colored, you know, Scooby Doo, where are you? That's my classic Scooby Doo. Yeah, I can't deal with the new stuff. Anyways,
Yeah,
Nazca
still a
lines
lot of episodes to go. We're going to be on that for another year.
for what?
Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of Scooby Doo. Yeah, I think you guys could talk about anything and make it funny. Well, thanks, Albert. Yeah, listen. We just go off the rails sometimes, right? In search of Noah's Ark. Um, yeah, I'm not sure where I don't think that's at the top of my list to talk about. I've seen plenty of documentaries on that and stuff like that. Some of them are interesting, but yeah, no, Bigfoot, Nazca lines, aliens, stuff like that will definitely be good and fun to touch on. Maybe Ray Bradbury stories are good for Halloween as well. Yeah, Middle Bay. I like. There's some. The thing is, I would love to start doing some like Halloween storytelling where I just sit here and like do some storytelling, some old stories. But you got to watch just like movies, some of what books you read, because of copyright and stuff like that. It's really weird. I don't know. It's really weird.
It is weird.
Anybody should be able to read a book online, but.
Steer Pike says, have you ever thought of doing a review of Chariots of the Gods? That may be a fun one to do.
We could, yeah, one of these days.
There's
right?
A lot of these like hour and a half long shows in the 70s, some of them even hosted by Rod Serling, about the paranormal and stuff that. Those would all be fun to do.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up here. Scooby Doo next week, and then we start getting into working towards Halloween already. It's really weird, but we're not that far away in the scheme of things, Dave.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Oh my God.
It's only 8 days. You and I are going to hang out.
August, September. No, we got more than 8 weeks. What's going on?
During
all of August.
Well,
September. What are you talking about? What's going on?
About during the whole month of October, we have great shows.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, in terms of Halloween itself, 12 weeks.
There you go. In search of good disco music. Oh, you don't have to search very far. Listen, the majority of my fun disco is the Bee Gees. The other kind of disco music is like, I'm not a disco guy. I'm more again, I've always been more of a of an 80s alternative, like The Cure, Echo and the Bunnymen, the Smiths, even the Cranberries up through the 90s. That's kind of my, my kind of jam. That and Grape. But yeah, that's kind of, but I do like all kinds of music, So anyways, more like 12 weeks. Yeah. He's not a math teacher. He's a
calendar.
he's a mysterious monsters for sure. You know what? That's actually a good one, because some of the monsters that they would talk about in the 70s, you can interpret different ways now if talking about them today. You know what I mean? So that would be something to talk about. Anyways, good stuff coming up. 9:30. Make sure you guys leave by hitting that thumbs up button if you haven't, and please leave a comment after the show. Comment if you would. I tell you what, it's as simple as going back to the episode, and underneath you can see where comments are, and that's where you would type in, and it could be on any device, phone, tablet, computer, and you just type something in. You can just type T in there, and then we can play telephone, and the next person can type another letter and make a word. Anyways, Dino the emo. Well, I was pretty punk and goth in the in my high school, but anyways, you would never know it now. So many years later, Dave's just, when Dave hits a point where it's just enough's enough. I'm done. I put in my hour and a half, and I'm over it. Let's get out of here. See you, everybody. Peace.